Okay, let's look at negative feedback pictorially. Here we have a picture of the open loop amplifier where we have some input impedance and some output dependent source. I've purposefully left these vague as to whether or not they are voltage or current sources. In the feedback network, we have some measurement and then we have some dependent source. Now we can force our circuit to be closed serially, like so. In other words, to complete the circuit, we need to go on a path that goes through both the amplifier and through the feedback network. And if that's the case, we call this a series connection. Now note, we can put this series connection at either the input or the output. Let's look at an example of a shunt connection. Here, the output of our feedback network is connected in parallel with the output of our open loop amplifier. In other words, a completed circuit can be formed either by going through this amplifier path or through the feedback path. Either will complete the circuit. So this is called a shunt connection because they're in parallel. Again, we can place this at either the input or the output. Now, we know that when we have a series connection at the input, we're taking a voltage input, and when we have a shunt connection at the output, we have a voltage output. So this is actually a voltage amplifier. All right, so let's put this into words. Feedback is in series if. So we say a connection is series if to complete the circuit you must go through both the feedback network and the open loop amplifier network. We say a connection is shunt if to complete the circuit you can go through either the feedback network or the open loop amplifier network. All right, so if we want to analyze the series shunt amplifier, we know that this is a voltage amplifier, as we just said. A voltage amplifier uses H parameters. So what we're going to do is calculate the H11 and H22 parameters to load the open loop circuit. So we're going to put H11 at the input of the open loop circuit and H22 at the output of the open loop circuit. Next, we're going to find the open loop gain, including H11 and H22 at the input and output of the open loop circuit, respectively. Finally, we're going to find H12, which will be equal to beta. And then we can find our closed loop gain, which will be equal to the open loop gain divided by 1 plus the open loop gain times beta. We're noting that the open loop gain here we're calling A, or little a. All right, so in the next video, we're going to do an example of calculation of feedback using these principles.